Hey guys, Trackline here on my Shadow Priest. I just posted a few new macros that all work for the latest update, so I thought I'd make a video for you. I have a link down below if you want to copy and paste all that macros from the web page, or if you have the Impulse add-on, you can come up here and yeah, just pick your modifier and the macros will go straight to your hotbar. I'll go to the Actions tab and sift through all their macros and they'll go straight to your macro tab. I also have a link down below to all my add-ons, my Bartender, etc. Everyone always asks, so yeah, all the add-ons and macros you see in the video, everything can be found in the links down below. So the first macro I tested today was a Sear Mouseover macro, which looks like this. /cast bracket target equals Mouseover, harm, exist, no dead, Sear. And I'm just showing Sear because it has no cooldown, so it's easier for to show off. If you want to switch out the spell, just switch it here, and leave that semicolon in between. And I'll show you how this type of macro works. So if you just have a single target with no mouse over, it'll always go on your single target, just like that. But let's say you want to keep your current target. You want to DPS down your current target and place your Sear on some ad. You can just simply keep your current target, mouse over them, and Sear them, just like that. Whoever you want, you just simply mouse over them and it'll go on your target. I missed that target, but yeah, that's how that works. And of course, like I said before, just switch out the spells and yeah, put silence in there or whatever damage spell you think works good for you. Next up is a focus silence macro, which looks like this. /cast bracket target equals focus, exists, no dead, silence. Just like the last one, switch here and here, leave that semicolon. And how this one works is if you just have a single target with no focus target at all, it'll always go off on your single target, just like that. But let's say you do have a focus target. Let's say this dummy's over here on my focus. And on this UI, my focus is right here, as you can see me switching. That's my focus. So now that I do have a focus, it's always, well, I don't know why I have my pointer over here, but now that I do have a focus, it's always going to go on my focus rather than my single target. And I also have it for my Sear just to show it off. So now that I have a focus, it's always going to go on the focus rather than the single. So you can see this is my focus now. This is my focus now. So once again, just play around with it and you can put whatever abilities in there. Once again, this is another good silent one. And you can do this basically. I've seen people do it with all their abilities where you can set up with all your abilities where they'll just go off on your main target, and as soon as you need to switch targets, you just put them on your focus, and you can, just damage them down all you want, take them off your target, and go back to your single. Put them back on your focus, go back to your single, something like that. Or you can just set them up individually where you just have like one silence focus macro, where you can just stay on your current target, silence your focus, and then go back to your single. But yeah, if you want to get your focus on and off people quicker, I have a macro for that right here, and you can just copy and paste this as well. And how this works is if you want to put anyone on your focus, simply mouse over them and put them on your focus like that. Or if you want to, let's say this grunt's on my focus and I want to switch to this dummy, click it once and I'll take them off. Click it a second time, have them over your mouse over, and I'll put them on. So basically all you have to do is double click and I'll put whoever you want on your focus if you want to switch focuses like that. And if you have a single target, it doesn't even matter. Nothing really changes. Doesn't even matter where you take them off. Like if this is on my focus, you see I can just do whatever I want with the pointer. As long as you have them over your mouse over when you want them on, like that. Yeah, it might be better just to check it out and see if you would use that type of macro. Next up is a Stopcasting Psychic Scream macro, which looks like this. /stopcasting /cast Psychic Scream. And depending on the update or the spell, or even your latency, sometimes you might have to put a couple extra lines of stop casting in there. But for this update, I find that it just works fine for one. I think most people it should work just fine for one. And also you just switch out the spell here if you want to try something else. So if you never used a Stopcasting before, I'll kind of explain what it's good for. So let's say we're casting a Mind Blast, and in the middle of it we want to use our Fear on somebody. What most people do is they'll start casting, and then when they need to use their Fear, they'll jump, or they'll start moving, do their Fear, and then get back to what they're normally doing, like that. But that's not very efficient because you lose a lot of time with the running and the animations, and like I've seen people, hit. I haven't seen them, but I know people hit escape. So just like the extra keybinds and all that, and you can actually get your cast off a lot quicker if you just put stop casting in front of it, because it'll automatically stop the casting and do the spell. So then you can get back to whatever you were doing. Some spells like silence do it automatically. So see, silence automatically stop it and do silence at the same time. So that's what you want to do with all your spells. So I'm going to show you, like, here's the regular second screen. Obviously it's not going to stop it. You're going to have to move to stop it. But with the macro, it's going to stop it and use it. Just like that. So it's a lot more efficient, and yeah, you can get off your spells a lot quicker. And the last macro I tested today was a modifier for my Mind Blast and my Mind Flay, which looks like this. /cast bracket modifier alt, Mind Flay, semicolon Mind Blast. And if you want to switch this out, you can use like Shift or Control right here if you've never used the modifier before. And what you put before the semicolon is what you're modifying. So here's the macro on my keybind right here. As you see, if I hit normally, it's going to be Mind Blast. And I'm just showing these for demonstration. These are easy to show off. You just switch these out and try out different modifiers for different spells, whatever you think works together well. But as you can see, just normal keybind, Mind Blast. Hold down Alt and hit the same key. It's going to be your Mind Flay. And you don't have to hold down Alt the whole time. You just hold down Alt to hit the key, and then you can let go, even when you're channeling or casting your spell or anything like that. So yeah, with these modifiers, you become a little more efficient with your keybinds because let's say you're really good with the A and the S key or keys like that, and so you can set up modifiers for all those keys and become more efficient with those keys instead of trying to get good with keys you're not already good at, like top side or the right side of your keyboard. And more importantly, say I guess this isn't more importantly, but I like to save on interface space, and if you can set up more spells per keybind, you save on a lot of interface space. I don't have all my spells up right now because I think this looks cleaner for you guys, but yeah, if I was to set up all my spells right now again, I would save a lot of interface space by setting up all my modifiers. Alright guys, well that's the last macro I made today on my Shadow Priest. If you want to see more Shadow Priest macros, just drop a like on the video and I'll know you enjoyed it and I'll make more for you guys. Have a good one.